Whenever you're ready. And what was his time? Sorry.
6:08.
Awesome, thank you.
Okay, hello everyone. My name is Hannah and I'm here to present my informative speech. So the topic that I chose to present to you all is the importance of recycling and environmentalism. So I chose this topic because one, I'm a pre-med major, so I take things regarding health and healthcare like very seriously. And two, I feel like the lack of awareness of and full environmentalism and recycling is slowly but surely damaging the earth and its inhabitants, and I'm going to explain to you why throughout my speech. So with that being said, I would like to introduce you the main points that I will discuss. So one is what is recycling and environmentalism. Two, the negative effects that are derived from the lack of recycling and environmentalism. And finally, how you can help yourself and the planet become more healthy and safe. So by the end of my speech, I hope that you all will have a better understanding of my informative topic. Point number one, clothes, plastic, paper, and etc. Thanks to you all, including me, these everyday materials and items are negatively affecting the earth due to the lack of the following. One, recycling. So according to the Department of Environmental Protection, recycling is the act of taking materials from products that have been used and transporting them to be made into new products. So environmentalism. Environmentalism, according to the same source, is the concern about an action aimed at protecting the environment. Now, here are the benefits and factors. Here are the benefits and facts that relate to these subjects. So one, recycling conserves energy and natural resources. So natural resources such as water, even dirt, plants, things like that are resources that are conserved and preserved with the use of recycling. Two, composting. So composting is basically a practice that is strictly used to recycle organic materials. So composting is very beneficial to natural products because it's used with natural products. It's like conducted through the use of natural products to further develop natural products. So that's a very important concept of recycling and environmentalism. Three, a very important point is that not all items can be recycled. So things like garbage, tainted items like a used napkins or a used sanitary napkin, things like that, styrofoam even, are items that cannot be recycled. So items that can be recycled are cans, paper, plastic, and even clothes. Point number two, the negative effects of the lack of recycling and environmentalism. According to a publication entitled What If We Stop Recycling by INSH, if we were to stop recycling, all of our waste products will end up in landfills. Our water will be contaminated and it will not only cause damage to us, but organisms around us. So this is a very, very important point because as humans, we're considered caretakers of the earth. So we not only have to take care of ourselves, the earth, but we also have to take care of and take into consideration the organisms that live around us and that we are responsible for. So the next point is the lack of recycling causes issues with landfill. Basically, landfill is the process of us as humans making the earth our personal garbage can, which it shouldn't be. So landfill causes further issues like contamination of our air, which eventually leads to health issues for humans and other organisms. It also pollutes our environment. So different kinds of pollution like nasal pollution, like the smell of garbage, that's pollution of our air that causes pollution of our nasal cavity. Also health issues like different diseases or respiratory issues or long-term, diseases. Even viral infections can be spread through the lack of recycling and environmentalism and environmental awareness. Also, like I said before, the lack of recycling and environmentalism also not only harms us, but it harms organisms around us. I like meat, so I want my cows and all of the organisms that I eat to be very healthy. So we have to also take into consideration that animals are very important to ourselves and our personal needs. So yeah, the abandonment of the environment causes issues with the livelihood of organisms. Okay. Also, water and food are earth sources, they're natural resources. So us taking care of those resources are essentially helping us take care of ourselves. 3, again, the lack of recycling and environmentalism damages or jeopardizes the availability of natural resources. So, for example, if we stop composting, that jeopardizes the availability of our natural resources such as plants. If we would stop polluting the water, then we could be able to swim. You know, things like that. It just jeopardizes the things that we are inhabitants of and users of. Okay. Point number 3. How you can help make yourself and the earth healthier and safer. 1, I would say become an environmentalist. Take precautions and concerns about the items that you do and do not use. For example, I mentioned clothes previously. Clothes are a very, very important item that we use every day, but clothes are very undermined in the process of recycling and environmentalism because clothes are recyclable. 1, 2, clothes are maybe one of the few items that can cause the most environmental issues, like a thing called textile waste and things like that. Like trying to process clothes in garbage when you make it a non-recyclable item is very, very harmful for the environment. So it is very important for us to take precautions when we're handling these items. So according to an article by, again, the INSH entitled The 3 R's of Waste Management, we should 1, reduce, reuse, and recycle because all 3 actions are key to a sustainable future. You can help by 1, actively using the 3 R's, so reducing your use. If you can reuse items that you have, reuse those things, and also participate in recycling. I know things like that can be a little harder in college, but there are a lot of clothes drives that are conducted by different students. Also, in the bio department, you can bring items in to recycle or assist in the greenhouse. You can volunteer in organizations, and you can also spread awareness and become an environmentalist and help others become environmentalists. So again, the purpose of my speech was to inform you a little more about the topic of recycling and environmentalism. I hope that it was effective, and I hope that you remember what recycling and environmentalism is and how you can be a better caretaker of the earth. So again,
What was the time?